Mario Pinball Land is the worst video game ever made, and if you do not agree with me, then you are getting banned from the server. If you just think Mario Pinball Land is the second worst game ever made, still getting banned from the server. There was once a time from 14 BC to today where Nintendo was convinced they could just sell any video game with Mario on it. And they were kinda right. Mario spin-offs were everywhere in the early 2000s, still going pretty strong today in their quantity, but especially in the 2000s when these games were able to be pumped out so quickly, both for home consoles and Nintendo's smaller handhelds. These often range from genuinely pretty solid experiences to games that were just kind of alright little time wasters. Mario Pinball Land is one of these really strange one-off titles that has this really interesting gimmick of just being terrible. Mario Pinball Land is exactly what the title implies in that it's just pinball with Mario characters, except it's been absolutely lobotomized. The physics system for the core gameplay of playing pinball is just fucking nonsense, and only registers hits half the time you would expect it to work, since the ball needs to be moving at a certain speed and angle to even register as damage towards the enemies, at least I think. Half the time the game really just feels like a roulette, but you have such a shoddy, minute amount of control with your paddles that it is just annoying enough to not being able to write it off as pure luck like something like Mario Party. Somehow it's just the sprinkles of bullshit and the illusion of free will of player skill expression that makes this game the most infuriating thing since Hello Neighbor. I'd go as far as to say that this is the worst Mario game I've ever played. I don't even think Mario Teaches Typing was this bad. The music is also bad because it reminds me I'm playing Mario Pinball Land, but I don't know if it's as bad as Mario Teaches Typing. Say Screw Attack, what did you say about Mario Teaches Typing's music again?
It was supposed to sound like the beautiful sounds of Mario World. But with those great DOS sound effects, it sounded like a retarded R2-D2.
This game is just really bad. I don't even think I want to play this for background footage anymore, so you guys will just watch Cuphead instead. The biggest problem alongside the physics being insane is the fact that the table design does not complement it very well. So many of the obstacles and targets are stupidly precise for such a finicky system that it's just down to bashing your head in a wall repeatedly until you get results. None of this is helped by the fact that enemies instantly respawn when you clear the whole table, on top of nearly everything resetting when you go back to a previous screen, which is very easy to slip up and accidentally do when the physics are this bad. Don't even get me started on the enemies that require 2 successive hits to kill and get back up when you take too long after stunning them with the first hit. Go back and watch the gameplay footage for evidence for this as we're playing Cuphead now. The boss design might actually be the worst part about the whole game. Take what I said about the standard boards and make it 10 times more annoying. There was one point in the desert world where I faced the boss and thought it was possibly the worst single Mario boss ever. Then I proceeded to say the same thing about bosses in this game 2 more times and fully meant it each time. Very impressive. I'll go back and show you how bad it is now. That's it, we're going back to Cuphead. Anyway, this game is bad. I don't want to inflict this torment on my worst enemies, and I would not recommend it unless you want to lose 40 IQ points. I don't even remember where I stored all my Nintendo group chat memes now. Please do something worthwhile like playing Cuphead on Netflix.